Rated M for mature.
The holiday spirit is alive.
A ton of content coming.
I want to scream into the microphone.
The world of zombies is something that I'm extremely familiar with.
That's going in the reel at the beginning of the show.
Naughty or nice.
That was COD magic in a perfect little clip. Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. Welcome to episode 4 of the COD Pod. It's right, it's our holiday spectacular, and it's going to be an absolute treat. My name is Miles Ross, and I'm joined as always by my pal Steph. How you doing, mate?
Miles, I am so good. I'm feeling festive. I'm feeling the joy. I'm feeling all of the goodness of Season 1 Reloaded of Black Ops 6 and Warzone.
I'm feeling so much I've gone grey. Since we last spoke, actually, all I've done is been playing the game.
So I physically couldn't look at you for about an hour without...
Being what? Inspired of holiday cheer and joy?
It's the shimmer for me. You are literally aglow with holiday cheer.
Cheer.
I couldn't be more excited to take this.
But no, it's a good time to be here. It's a wonderful. The game launched really well. I think it's been well received. I've had a lot of fun. I know my friends are having a lot of fun as well. I mean, reuniting.
Season 1's been awesome.
Yeah, it's been a rocking time in the COD world.
Yeah, it's been a really wild few weeks since the launch of Season 1. The Warzone integration at Area 99, and we have...
Shout out our boy Archie.
Shout out to Archie.
To the viewers who are
we
thoroughly...
said we were going to get him the set, and now he's here. Very visual episode. The holiday spirit is alive here at COD Pod HQ. The fire is roaring. The gifts are wrapped. We might be opening some gifts later.
But we can't do it alone. We've got 2 wonderful guests joining us on the show. Kevin Drew is coming back, Zombies Mastermind. He's going to be sharing some fun news. And we have a really fun one. Karen David, a.k.a. Sivati Duma.
Yeah, Sav is joining us.
Campaign legend. So it's a wonderfully exciting episode as well.
Really exciting. But, if you want to join the festivities at home, make sure that you are posting to the social media platform of your choice with hashtag COD POD. We would love to hear from you. Send us your questions, get involved in the conversation, and hopefully we'll be back to you in 2025 with some answers.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, what's happened since the last episode, Steph? Frankly, lots. The campaign has been extremely well received. I played it to death, and I know many, many other people have as well. I'm still going for the Dark Ops challenges. That's my next thing. I've got to go back. Yeah. I've got to go back and get them. I've got to get those rental scans 2 more ways, folks. But no, really, really cool. I've been loving multiplayer. I'm blasting through Prestige. Classic Prestige has been really fun. Tons of Face-Off.
Yeah.
Face-Off's been really cool.
Face-Off's been great. I've been playing a lot of Face-Off.
Dope.
Heirloom, great. Launched in Season 1. Definitely check it out if you have not. I just think it's crazy that the last episode we did, in which we set the canon for some canon for Black Ops, was pre-launch. Like, now I look back at that and I'm like, what?
400 years ago.
Where did the time go? So now it's almost the end of the year, and Season 1 brought us new multiplayer maps. Of course, the launch of ranked play in multiplayer. It's, of course, coming in Season 1 Reloaded for Battle Royale on Urzikstan. For me, it's been lots of Nuketown. It's been... I've been loving Ransack. Towards the launch of Season 1, played a lot of Ransack. A lot of Face-Off, and I have just been like a total zombies devotee. Of course, have my beautiful zombies. I believe you call it a jumper.
I could call that a jumper, yeah. Sweater, jumper.
Jumper.
It's a great sweater. It's a great, ugly is what the kids call it.
Yeah.
That's banging to me. That's a dope one.
So, of course, this is on the COD shop. Check it out. But, I'm so excited to talk about zombies because we got a little taste of what was coming in Season 1 Reloaded, and it's just so much. So Kevin Drew's going to take us through that.
And Steph, on November 11th, the 15-year anniversary of the Call of Duty endowment. That is wild.
Yeah.
15 years.
It's hard to believe that it's been 15 years of CODE placing veterans in jobs and the awesome work that they do. So it was super exciting.
Yeah, really, really amazing. You can go to 3dark.com to grab hoodies and all sorts of all good stuff, supporting them as well there. And zombies. Back to zombies, more zombies. Not an episode
More
all about
zombies.
zombies per se, but
Always.
plenty of zombies this episode.
Yeah, we've got some great zombie news coming. I want to ask you about your Prestige journey because this is important to me.
Going smoothly.
I've just crossed Prestige 2.
Nice.
You know, the camo ground is on. A lot of zombies, a lot of Nuketown in my life, a lot of, I have not beat Terminus yet, but I am committed to doing so with the squad. So shout out to Adam and Alex because we're doing that. I'm holding them to it.
There's a calendar invite.
There's a calendar invite. And then, at the launch of season 1, was loved playing Ransack. Was
lot.
really enjoying that. A lot of Face Off. Been loving some of the new weapons in the season 1 battle pass.
The Krieg and Sorg
Krieg,
have made me well happy. Very, very happy indeed. The Krieg is just been singing sweet. And the Sorg, before I got attachments, was a little unruly. I was like, well, this is too much. Unruly. Oh yeah, she was all over the place. But now, got myself a stock and a grip and a bit of an underbarrel action, and she's singing.
I'm so happy for you. That's
you.
great.
Thank you
I
very
love
much.
that for you. Yeah,
Plays the game all day.
Yeah, I'm gonna get there eventually. But the good news for us is that the grind goes on because season 1 Reloaded is just around the corner, and we're very excited to talk about it here on COD Pod. But I think I would be remiss if I didn't ask you simply, what the hell are you wearing?
Steph, I'm so glad that you asked.
Also, what the hell am I wearing? But like, fine, yeah.
You're in actual merch. I am in, for the viewers, not the listeners. Again, folks, this is a very visual episode. So again, if you're joining us on a drive somewhere or on a treadmill, we really appreciate you, but it's really a visual episode. You know, in true COD spirit, every year around the holidays, you guys tend to go overboard with the seasonal flair, and with damn good reason. And this is the first IRL look at the season's bleedings, reactive, tracer pack that will be available in store now or soon. I must admit, it's not 100% accurate. It's a little off, but it's as close as we could get at sort of seemingly short notice.
I love it. You know, first time maybe we've ever revealed an operator pack with cosplay.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a moment here on COD Pod, and also like to me, it's giving like Santa went out for milk and never came home.
The skin is, yes, the pack is definitely. So check
I think you
that
guys
out.
are gonna like it. at
Oh,
home.
I'm definitely gonna wear it deep out of holiday season, which is unbecoming.
I mean, the
of me.
gray kind of suits you.
I think it was. Is it
Yeah.
more like silver? I feel like I'm
It is-
reactive.
it is
I've got my own
rea-
reactive skin. Again, for the viewers, it's a wonderfully visual episode. But there you go. Yeah, that's going to be a ton of fun, Steph. And I suppose with that, season 01 Reloaded, multiple seasonal events and activities, which is very exciting.
It's all part of CODmas. So we love to make CODmas big. That's, of course, our celebration of the holidays here in Call of Duty. And so there's a lot of different events which you can earn rewards in, which is super exciting. So make sure that you're tuned into the COD blog coming up soon for more details on that. But, you know, when we look at the seasonal events, they're across Warzone, over in multiplayer. We've got Nuketown Holiday, and we have Infectious Holiday coming. So lots of excitement there. And then up next, we're going to get into all of the zombies goodness that is coming in season 1 Reloaded and with the holiday event. So I can't wait.
Very much so. Good holiday zombies news coming. And at the end of the show, a brand new piece of information you can only get here on the COD Pod. Imagine that, folks.
I've got
Imagine that.
quite a surprise for you at the end of the show.
I also actually have a surprise for you at the end of the show. 'Tis the season. Well, he's basically a legend here on the COD Pod because he's the only guest we've had on twice. That's right, folks. It's Mr. Kevin Drew, the Associate Design Director at Treyarch on Zombies. And sir, welcome back to the show. Thank you very much for coming.
Thanks so much for inviting me. As soon as I found out that it was like a holiday special, I'm like, I'm absolutely going to be here, especially when you threw in the sweater.
Yeah, we got matching zombies Christmas sweaters. Check out the COD shop and get one for yourself for all those, you know, end of the year parties.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got the fire going, and we have so much zombies to talk about for season 1 Reloaded.
Yes, there's a ton of content coming, and let's get into it.
So, Kevin, one thing that launched at season 1 for Liberty Falls and Terminus is directed mode. So I just want to make sure that we're circling on that because I look at directed mode and I'm like, what a great time with the holidays for your pals to jump in. Maybe they've never played zombies. They want to try something different. What's that been like with directed mode launching, and, what can we expect?
Yeah, it's been amazing. It's been a kind of a passion project for the team. We want to make sure that, especially coming off of like MWZ, some players are maybe used to a very open world experience that's very, I would say, casual comparatively. Like you can kind of go at your own pace. And round-based zombies is very different. And so this was a nice answer to that. And I think it's really inviting to new players. If you're listening to or watching this podcast, you probably know all sorts of things about zombies, but your friends who might be on the fence or never even checked it out, it's a great way to bring them in an environment that's a little more easy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And make more people realize how much the team pours into these maps, all the cool main quest content, the boss fights, all these things. And so
yeah, and especially for me, like the celebration of the narrative, like there's such a great storyline going, and great way to get your buds, spend your holidays,
get them started
in direct mode. And of course with the new map, can you tell us a little bit about what directed mode will look like eventually, right? Like those maps came out at launch. Then with the launch of season 1, we had directed mode. So there's always going to be a delay between when the map is live and when directed mode starts. So what might that look like for Citadelle?
Yeah, so it's going to be pretty similar, about the length, same amount of time as the launch maps. So you can expect very early next year is when that will flip on for Citadelle.
It seems really cool. I mean, you brought it up, feels like so long ago now, that you had a third map coming already. I thought, well, we've got 2 great maps already. What are we talking about? How would we already have a third? But I'm also really excited to see the big change. Of course, Liberty Falls, a little bit more modern, a little bit more, urban area. Terminus is this sort of, a lot of concrete, a lot of, sort of spy lab vibe going on. So this is a really, really exciting departure, design-wise. See creepy castles, lots of cobblestones, basically.
Yes.
Is the vibe I'm getting.
Very old, very ancient. A lot of history at this castle, and very different, just moving away from kind of, the old like facilities and things like that. This is just old world. Lots of magic here.
New flavor. Cool. Yeah. I've heard you guys talk about magic before, so I feel like we're getting a little bit of a wink on the magical
there's always kind
nature.
of 2 sides to zombies. There's the scientific horror aspect where we're crafting all these wonder weapons, and then there's every once in a while we get to go to the other side where it's more just pure magic, like the roots of Dark Ether.
I love it.
And kind of tying into history and Arthurian legend, like with magic, and those things tie directly into what we're doing here.
I'm so excited.
Please. Yes, please. I mean, I'm glad you brought up the roots there. Where does this sit storyline-wise? Is this taking place directly after Terminus?
Yeah, so I'm calling this our European vacation. We've broken out of Terminus.
Zombies goes to France.
Zombies goes to France. We've discovered that we're looking for Dr. Kraft, and the reason is he's the foremost expert on the occult and has direct knowledge and ties to the Sentinel artifact that we're now trying to track down, which will help us. But this is the next step. And so it brings us here to Avalon in the southern region of France. And we're here to find Kraft and find the Sentinel artifact.
So no spoilers, but if you have not finished the main quest in Terminus, we're kind of picking up right where that left the dedicated crew off.
Exactly. And really, the rest of the game or through the seasons, we're going to be following this crew and their story.
Awesome. So speaking of Terminus, how would you kind of categorize the experience? Like Miles made a great point, art style in terms of the milieu. I think I used that correctly. The setting, the vibe of the 2 different maps. Obviously, this Citadelle is a new flavor for us, which is really exciting. Mm-hmm. But from an experience standpoint, kind of like how do you categorize it between the 2 existing maps of just, Easter eggs and main quest and what to expect?
Yeah, I think like it's a big map. It's dense. It's like Liberty Falls is very simple, straightforward. Terminus is like one of the biggest we've ever made, and we don't have an ocean in this one. So you can imagine kind of like the size of Terminus, but kind of compacted, right? And,
You're right.
And being a castle, there's a lot of claustrophobic spaces, especially when you get further into the map. Places you don't want to be necessarily high rounds for very long. So I'm hoping it will provide a nice challenge for players. Kind of coming off of Liberty Falls and Terminus, like this is the next step. and we'll see where it goes from there.
Awesome.
Very exciting.
Can you tell us a little bit about the Wonder Weapon the Wonder Weapons?
We know that each map coming around Base Zombies in Black Ops 6 has a Wonder Weapon. So we're just kind of like, poking around, you know?
Yeah. So this is what I'll say. We're going to a castle, and that invokes a certain imagery. And we have a dedicated melee slot in this game. And so it kind of made perfect sense to, I don't know, have some swords be the wonder weapons. And another aspect is when we get a chance, we love to do 4 elemental weapons. It's something that's really fun, where each player can kind of identify with one of these 4 elemental weapons and like their play style and have a lot of fun. So
I want to scream into the microphone because I can. I'm so stoked for this.
What are you most excited for about this? I mean, melee weapons and spooky gothic vibes are one thing. What are you excited for?
I mean, it's kind of matching that where just the environment is so cool and unique. And I mean, who doesn't love castles, right? Like they're just inherently
Weirdos.
fun.
Yeah.
Weirdos.
So,
Yeah.
But that combination of like the village below and the town tying in with the castle just really lends itself to a lot of unique spaces, like the tavern, the stables, and then the elemental wonder weapons.
Oh,
I'm really excited about those.
That it's. I have seen enough of it to say that, like I said, I'm so stoked for this. I cannot wait to spend kind of the holidays diving deep into the new map. But the new map, Citadelle, is not the only thing coming to Season 1 Reloaded. There's so much zombies goodness. We've got a new perk coming. We've got the Tesla Storm as the new field upgrade. We've got the Light Mend ammo mod. Take us through a couple of these and tell us what we've got to get excited about.
So let's start with the perk because that's a big deal. Everyone's like, which one is it?
I know, a lot of speculation.
It's Vulture Aid, which is a perk we haven't seen since Buried and Black Ops 2.
Wow.
And it specializes in making zombies drop things. So now if you drink this perk, zombies can drop ammo. They can drop more salvage.
Lethals. That's what I want them to drop.
Yeah. So
personally.
like if you like picking up things, this is the perk for you. It also got a very awesome kind of reskin, just like we've been doing with a lot of the perks that are older. We bring them back and the team does an amazing job like making them very unique and having a lot of character. This time the Vulture Aid is literally a giant like vulture, and its beak can actually take out zombies when you buy the perk. It's really cool.
I've seen that happen, and it's so cool to watch. Like you're trying, you run up to it, grab the perk, and it's just gonna, so you have zombies chasing you. It's like,
oh, it pecks back.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
awesome.
It pecks back.
It's amazing.
Not even Dr. Peck. It's just a different one.
Yeah, we had to. I tried to pitch early on. Like I knew for the holidays we were going to do something special for zombies. I voted for Peck the Halls. I know.
That's a good one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Tesla Storm field upgrade. This is coming back. It makes you a living Tesla coil. So very useful. It just shocks and damages zombies all around you. What's really cool in co-op is it actually links up with anyone near you.
Oh,
so
no
it's a
way.
great co-op skill.
Yes.
Like you pop that, all of you connect, and it's like you're like this, I don't know, army of lightning. It's
like a chain link
Everyone's
friendship.
pitching me as an army of lightning. Like,
Yeah.
hello, I'm in. Count me in. And Lightmend, the ammo mod coming.
So Lightmend is a brand new ammo mod. We never had this. And ammo mods, it's really, we want to make sure every time we make a new ammo mod, it serves like a new gameplay role. And this time around, it's all about healing and kind of defense. So the idea here is with this ammo mod, when you kill zombies, they spawn these little health orbs. And they'll stick around and then kind of suck into you when you go low on health.
Awesome.
So if you kind of kite in an area, you'll start to accumulate this supply of orbs to kind of bail you out if you get in trouble.
Support players, we're looking at you guys.
Yeah, very
And that
helpful.
helps, that helps the whole team.
Yeah, so anyone who's low on health that runs near one
grab
gets
them.
sucked up. And then also you can augment all of these. There's 6 augments for each of these. With the Light Mend, like you can actually make it even a little bit offensive. So those orbs will damage zombies if they run through it. If you're kind of playing, if you don't necessarily need all the healing capacity.
So 18 new augments. You've also just given us a little taste of what's coming there. But we also have 3 new gobblegums coming.
Yes.
Care to share?
I would love to. So we have Power Keg returning, which spawns at full power, which is really useful for boss fights, things like that, where you need like Frenzy Guard back in a pinch. We have a new one that's called Timeout, which is what you think it is, where it actually like stops the round and gives you a nice lengthy break.
Just a little sabbatical.
If the squad's like almost dead, it's like timeout. We can go reset, get everyone up, get everyone equipped, and then we'll resume.
I get that in Idolize. I'm taking a vacation.
Exactly. And then the last one is a new, it's called Holiday Cheer, and it is a whimsical, and it has all the zombies spawning with festive wreaths around their necks. So you can kind of stock up on these during the holiday season and then use them throughout, as you please, throughout the rest of the year.
I cannot wait. All of this new content all coming to Season 1 Reloaded and more, including all of the awesome festive, seasonal, holiday, wonderful, exciting stuff.
Yes.
That I can't wait to talk about. I wanted to ask, what has it been looking like having this incredible response to the launch of Zombies so far? I think especially with both of the maps, but I've seen a lot of love for Liberty Falls, which has been awesome.
Yeah, it's been amazing to see. We're actually like data-wise, it's like the hours spent in Zombies is actually like 2-to-1 Liberty Falls and Terminus.
Wow.
So, people enjoy the small day map where they can just kind of hang out and kite zombies for a while. And I think it's just important to have a full array of content, right? Like something for everyone is huge.
You've reunited my like school friends. All of them have been playing zombies endlessly.
Yep.
And we've all been running around Liberty Falls finding the highest things we can hop off with PhD Flopper on and sort of like collect masses and hordes of zombies, and it's been really, really fun.
There's been some amazing content generated on it right now related to PhD Flopper.
I think of the clip that you showed me of the guy jumping off the stairs during the Sam trial.
Slow motion.
Slow music playing. That's
So
just
good.
epic.
But yeah, so maybe during the holiday, if you got a friend who wants to try zombies, just kind of encourage them, guide them, put them in directed mode for a little bit.
But directed mode is not the only thing that they could potentially play during the holidays, because with Season 1 Reloaded, we have some incredible seasonal content coming that is festive and frightening. And I cannot wait to talk about it. But quickly, I've decided that in the holiday spirit to play a little game with you both that I like to call Naughty or Nice.
Naughty or nice.
See what I did there?
Yeah. That's amazing.
There's so much phlegm in there. That was so guttural and wow.
I am so excited to do this. So here's what's going to happen. I am going to read you both some scenarios. Kevin's going to get some zombies questions. Miles, I have a couple of little multiplayer treats for you. And you're going to tell me what you would do in that situation. So you're either going to do the nice thing or you're going to do the naughty thing. So let's get into it. First question is a zombies question. Kevin, a nuke power-up drops off the first zombie killed in the mid rounds. Are you ignoring it, or is the temptation of utter destruction just impossible to pass up?
Yeah, so it's like the temptation is too much for me. I have to go for the shiny glowing object. I don't care what it is. Sorry, team. We're going to lose a couple.
Bloodthirsty.
Yeah, I just love that chaos. It also kind of keeps the team on its feet, right? It kind of throws them off, where it's like, why'd you get that nuke? And it's like, pay attention.
Because you're naughty.
We'll figure it out. Because I'm naughty.
Naughty.
Okay, so far, Kevin's on the naughty list.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. Also for you. The ray gun has just settled from your mystery box pull, but your teammate is about to bleed out. Where are you headed here? I know where I'm headed.
I think we all know where we're heading.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's naughty.
Naughty.
And we're just gonna hope that by being naughty, perhaps we can be nice and use that ray gun to get to your buddy before they go down completely.
You need the ray gun to help end the round to get them back.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, come on.
Yeah,
I'll
be fine.
I'm with
because
you.
now we have a ray gun.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
As a squad. Right.
Yeah. I won't even get into the scenario where, like, I recently had a ray gun snatched from me by one of my own teammates, so
Oh.
that's big naughty.
What
I don't
happened?
know.
You accidentally dropped it and someone swept it up?
No, I just wasn't. I was busy watching the zombies dance, and I got distracted. Okay, Miles, this one's for you. Quick
Awesome.
little pivot to MP.
Mm-hmm.
A and B are comfortably yours in domination.
Comfortably.
Oh. Do you maintain or you go for C to risk flipping spawns?
Oh my God. I am every day of the week naughty.
Sam.
I am flipping spawns religiously. It's just, I'm an agent of chaos.
Okay, so far we're 3-0 naughty. If there's anything that we've taken away from this podcast, it's that we all bad.
Yeah. Maybe we're not the
There's an air of toxicity in the room. That's fine.
not the best.
That's
squad.
going in the reel at the beginning of the show. Okay, next question. We're going back to Kevin. An amalgam grabs your teammate and pulls.
Yes.
Thank you, internet. An amalgam grabs your teammate and pulls them out of an elevator just as the doors close. Do you try to get back upstairs and save them, or you just laugh?
I'm gonna be nice here. I'm gonna do my best.
Nice.
It's gonna take a while to get back up top, but I'll be laughing all the way while I'm getting up there. But
Jingling all the way.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
my internet clip of the year. That
Yes.
is my
So
that is
good.
my gameplay moment of the year, and I can't believe it took a week less than for that to happen.
Yeah, that was like Oscar worthy.
Breathtaking.
Yeah, you can't.
Capture.
Breathtaking.
Please.
You can't like set that moment up.
Yeah.
No, that was COD magic in a perfect little clip.
Incredible. Okay. Back to multiplayer. Miles, your buddy calls in a care package, but they die before they can pick it up. We've all been there. Do you protect it or you protect it?
I'm gonna go nice.
Nice.
Because it takes so long to
What?
It takes so long to protect it. I would rather. Also depends on how big the map is, but I would rather.
Okay, did you get what? Did
Yeah,
you get
I'm not
the
gonna-
quotes?
it's so-
Like,
it's
what
It's
are you-
possible
long
for
to
people to
yoink
be
it.
kind to others.
It takes so long to yoink it, I'd rather be like, all right, you're gonna respawn in a second. Come on
Yoink.
in.
Always yoink.
No.
Yoink.
What if it's just a
Having
UAV
been that
or an
person-
RCXD?
Now I have a UAV.
like having been the person who dies, I have to defend it. Like I want to make sure.
All right, back to zombies. Your buddy is down, and they're surrounded on Crab Island in Terminus. Tough. You're,
Tough.
Tough sit.
I don't know if he has enough to get a boat. I don't know what's happening there. Are you're just gonna keep driving, or you're like swimming over there and saving him?
I'm gonna be naughty here. Crab Island's a lot. I'm just
Why?
gonna keep driving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you on
We'll
that.
pick it back up on the main island.
Also, then like you've got patient 13 might pop up at any given time. So then like you're
Yeah.
like then I've
if they're like about to bleed out, it's like nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are
We're
you doing
moving
over there
on.
alone?
That was
What
your
are
fault,
you
yeah.
doing?
Yeah.
that was your fault.
What are you doing?
Okay, last question. And Kevin, this one's for you.
Oh.
And finally, you've made it with your squad to round 31. And 4 manglers immediately spawn in and murder all of you. Are you doing anything about this, Kevin? Who wrote this?
Wait, this is so personal.
all
Yeah, I feel
manglers.
attacked. I don't know. No, we're gonna be nice. We're gonna be nice.
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 So, starting at season 1.5, we're gonna make some changes. We're gonna make the Mangler's cannon easier to shoot off, and we're actually gonna smooth out how many Manglers can spawn in kind of the mid rounds.
Awesome.
So it's about starting out about half, and so it'll take much longer
to
get
scale
to the 4
up
Mangler
to
scenario.
the 4 Mangler
Sounds a
scenario.
little soft to me personally. A little soft.
You
You
love
know?
to hear it. This is really like big holiday generosity from you. So
You
thank
always want to
Really
start
nice.
really hard. It's a lot easier to pull it back than
Yeah.
it is to just make things harder.
You said that the elevator clip is your clip of the year. My
yeah.
meme of the year is the Oops All Manglers cereal box meme.
That's really good.
So thank you, internet, again.
Yeah.
So Kevin, last thing, thank you for playing that silly game. Awesome news about the Mangler. So in season 1 Reloaded, reducing the amount of Mangler spawn in the mid rounds. Very exciting. More on that soon. But as we sign off from Naughty or Nice, I did say that it was inspired by something coming to season 1 Reloaded. You care to tell us
Yes.
a little more?
So Jingle Hells is coming to Black Ops 6, and what we have done is completely rethemed Liberty Falls and decked the halls completely. And so this version of Liberty Falls is set in winter. The river's frozen over, garlands,
Holiday
trees, snowmen.
wonderland that is also a
everywhere.
hellscape.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So Jingle Hells, is this purely a cosmetic change, or is there kind of any gameplay modifiers there?
No, it's more than that. So there's a lot of just kind of minor tweaks here and there. So Saint Mangler has taken the arsenal away.
Old
so
Saint Mangler.
To get the higher weapon rarities, you're gonna have to use other methods. But there's snowballs in the map, so you can freeze zombies, and when you kill them, they have a chance to drop presents,
Incredible.
which have all sorts of new weapons. There are special rounds that actually, it gets really cold outside, and you start to slow down and freeze, so you have to seek shelter, or else. So that's gonna be very challenging.
That sounds way harder.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. And what we're going to do is we're going to keep the main quest on. So it'll be kind of fun to just see people try to go after the main quest with all these kind of difficulty modifiers on to see how it goes.
Just little twists and turns here and there. Yeah, I like that. But that's not the only thing because, like I said, the game that we just played was inspired by something else
naughty
coming
or
to
nice
Jingle
power-up.
Hells.
Yes.
So in Jingle Hells, we're also getting some special looking enemies.
Yes.
What can you tell us?
So every enemy has been had a holiday pass on them, and so they've got new names. And the vermin are now tinsel makers, and they have all these little red boots and little holiday hats. Very terrifying in its own unique way. And then that goes all the way up. The Mangler, the Abomination.
Yeah.
They all get a little holiday
Seasonal
cheer.
paint job. Oh my God.
They're incredible. The tinsel maker specifically. There's the little seasonal intro to Jingle Hells that I won't spoil, but I screamed when I saw it, and it's perfect, and I can't wait for it.
It's so good.
I can't wait.
Yeah, the team did an incredible job.
Kevin, thank you so much for joining us for another episode of COD Pod. I feel like we may have scared you away permanently this time, but like,
Not
what
at
if
all.
we let you keep the sweater?
No. Wait, I do get to keep this sweater, right? Yeah. No, I'm going to be back.
Sure. Yeah, that was the plan.
You know, the train is out of the station, and we're not losing steam. There's going to be plenty of zombies throughout the year, so
And
lots of opportunities.
so much. It's season 1 reloaded. I cannot wait for it to be out in the world. Jingle Hells, here we come.
Yes.
Naughty or nice.
This was both.
Yes. Thank you again.
Thank you, Kevin. We are thrilled to welcome to the COD Pod one of the stars of the Black Ops 6 campaign, Karen David, a.k.a. Savati Dumar, Master of Disguise. Karen, welcome to the pod. Thank you for your work on the game. It was fantastic.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
We're so excited you're here.
I'm so
a lot of
excited to be
questions.
here with all the lovely decor and attire.
And you came in your holiday garb, so
set.
you're gonna fit right in to the scenes of COD Pod. But the response to Sev, the response to the campaign for Black Ops 6 has been, amazing. I think so many great reviews for the campaign and amazing work from the team at Raven and the team at Treyarch for bringing the game together. And Sev now is sort of the centerpiece of Season 1, and with Season 1 reloaded right around the corner, wanted to get some time with you to talk about what it's been like to see, her as a character and that story start to unfold out in the world. I mean, the campaign had such amazing reviews. I'd just love to hear from you, like you work so hard for so many years. Like how has that been?
I know I think to come into this when we first started the journey together, because you do become a family, 2 years spending together with everyone. The friendships are lifelong thereafter, we're all friends for life.
Yeah, you guys are tight. Like you hear, I like my coworkers, like Miles is fine. However, when you get, you and Bruce and Damon and Alon together, it just was so cool to see the bond that you guys have.
They were such gents. Like, because being the only girl on the rogue team, they're extra protective. They look out for you. Even though I'd like to think, Seb can look out for them.
Yeah, I think
That happened quite a lot, actually.
Yeah, and but they were just such joy to work with. We had such a laugh. I mean, every day at work was just pure joy. We're doing something we love to do. playing Sev has been such a buzz and a trip for me, you know, because I've never played anyone like her. She's far cooler than I could ever hope of dreaming of being. She definitely has kept me on my toes. But to play such a multi-layered, complex character like Sev is the stuff of dreams, you know, for us as actors. And I was just so excited. The whole, you know, notion of playing this assassin espionage expert who is the master of disguise and, you know, playing with different looks, you know, because that's all about Sev, you know, and also knowing, you know, her backstory and what she's been through, you know, with her traumas. You know, we're talking about lots of trauma.
Yeah, she's not a, you know, not complicated person by any means.
No, there's a lot going on in that brain of Sev's.
Spoiler incoming in 3, 2, 1.
You know, when it comes to Sev too, you know, we know that her backstory, to sum it all up, we know that she didn't have any family growing up, and she was taken in by the guild, who gave her a sense of belonging.
Right.
You know, who made her feel like this was what family should be. And so that was what she knew for the longest time. You know, she was trained as an assassin right from when she was a young girl. And when she met her love of her life, Pascal, and he kind of really exposed this, the ugliness of the, you know, criminal underworld. And that's when she really didn't think that this was what she wanted to do. So for Sev, you know, coming into, you know, we talk about the campaign, you know, this backstory of like this sense of loss, you know, because she faced the ultimate betrayal from the guild, you know, who convinced her that Pascal was from an opposing crime family. And so she was instrumental in his death. And to get a taste of that in the campaign with her storylines, and then to see from there going into multiplayer, you know, this is when, you know, all the players really now have this backstory about Sev and why she wants to take out the Lutazzi family and, you know, infiltrate slowly. She's definitely on this journey to redemption, but she's such a badass. And
she really is. I mean,
it was so funny you say that. I mean, I remember playing through the campaign, and at various points throughout the game we thought, okay, we're in trouble. Where's Sev? Sev's coming out any second now, right? It might be a costume change as well, which my chat and we streamed it, and every now and then I think, she's going to come out in a totally different outfit, and we're going to have a second or two being like, there, got it. No, actually, no, we might die here. She's not coming to save us. And evidently, she, you know, you would. It was great. Thanks, by the way. But it was such
She's got your back. She's got everyone's back.
But the whole casino sort of set piece was really, really fun to explore. As a performer, though, how was it for you to sort of, you're not necessarily acting with a scene partner, you're acting as, I'm sort of an internal monologue, or I'm speaking out loud as I kind of investigate this place every now and then. Was it a strange thing to do as an actor, or was it another day in the office?
What was also thrilling and also terrifying as well is that when you're on the performance capture stage, it's a very skeletal stage. And so everything's marked out, you know, with tape, you know, a different colored tape, and you have skeletal like wood blocks or whatnot. And so
they're like, there's your car. And you're like, that's 2 cardboard boxes and a chair.
But
like, that's that's your car.
And I kind of just had to remind myself, it's like, well, be a kid. That's kind of what we all did. We just became big kids in our sort of what we call wetsuits with lots of dots on it. And you do forget that you've got like sort of like a duck's beak with the camera in front of you. It's kind of like live theater, but even more challenging because you can't make any mistakes.
I'm glad you called out performance capture, because I think for a lot of players, or, you know, folks who may not be familiar with how performance in video games, especially in Call of Duty, works, that it's just voice acting, or you just get scanned, or but that's not it. I mean, you guys do full, you know, the everything. And so it's voice acting, it's mocap, it's performance capture, which is sort of like a combination of all those things together, as you said, during the bigger scenes where you have multiple people in them. What do you think, the biggest misconception about, performing in a game or performing in Call of Duty is?
You know, it's so ever since the game was released, you know, it's been so wonderful because I've been there's so much Sev love, and thank you, by the way, for all the Sev love.
Thank you.
I'm so wonderfully overwhelmed. They're so kind, and they've just welcomed me into the whole COD universe family. And you know, and I get a lot of questions, you know, but you know, when I talk to my nephews over 18,
Nice.
they, you know, they don't really know what it truly involves. You know,
Right.
they think when we just do one take and we're like in front of a camera and then that's
Then
it.
they're like,
And
all
I'm-
right, job's done.
and
Everyone,
and they
go
think
home.
it's quick. And there's so many moving mechanics. It takes a village to, you know, to see, and I think being part of this for 2 years, to see it from its embryonic stage where we first started to see where it's at now, and just how everyone works seamlessly together, you know, spending time with our Raven family, Treyarch, and it's just, you know, an Activision, it's just mind-boggling because it's not as simple as you think, you know. And I think the results speak for itself, and to see the players so excited and so, you know, so genuinely happy with the player experience, just is the best gift of all for all of us as actors, because we had so much fun making it. And I know everyone else, you know, it was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, you know, for the whole gang. You
The
know.
campaign team for sure, yeah.
for making this game possible. I'm just in awe of all of it. So it's not as straightforward as one thinks. There's a lot of planning.
Yeah. I love that. I mean, it's to your point, there's so many teams from lighting to writing to level design
many
and
moving
our
parts.
artists, and it's amazing what the teams can do. I have a sort of like a fun question, because I think there are a couple of different ways we could go here, but of all of the scenes that you filmed or voice lines or whatever it may be, is there one that stands out to you that is just like you guys had a blast shooting it, or there's a crazy story? Like, take us to set, take us through one of your favorite stories.
Oh, and I'm so spoiled we had so many moments on set. There was a time where
Spoiler incoming in 3, 2, 1.
we were doing a scene, and it was a scene where, you know, we've brought Harrow back.
Oh, it's a good spoiler. Nice.
You know, to the safe house. And so, you know, we're waiting outside, and Sev's like, oh God, like she knows where this is all going and what's going to happen. And so Sev, you know, is no nonsense, as
She
we all
doesn't
know.
have time for the BS.
No.
Like, let's
No,
be
Sev's
real.
like, what you see is what you get, you know, and so she doesn't BS about. So, so when we were about to shoot this scene, it was quite funny. So on that day, the day before, I had to do a minor laser procedure on one of my eyes, but it meant I couldn't wear my contacts, and I'm blind as a bat. And so they said, don't worry. And this is what, again, amazes me about, you know, the whole process of performance capture and facial capture and being in the VO booth. You know, each of them is such... It's such a thrilling experience in itself, but it's amazing how we could just adapt. So they went, you know, the gang were like, no worries, we're going to work around it. We'll do facial capture after, but you know, for performance capture with the body, we'll do that. So we had prepared for this, and we came in to do that scene, and all of a sudden there was a power outage. There's a massive power outage, and it was so funny because Bruce. When the lights, like literally everything went dark on the stage, and then Bruce's timing was impeccable. Bruce said, well, now that I have you all here, the real reason you're gathered here today. it was like the timing of it was so funny. And then it's just amazing how the team just quickly adapted. We didn't lose that day. Immediately, we were sent off to go do VO stuff instead.
Yeah.
You know,
wow.
to make up, you know, and it's just, that's what amazes me about, you know, the movie mechanics. Like everyone's got a plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D, if anything, you know, happens.
It's a little bit of Sev in all of us.
Yeah. Exactly.
So organized, no BS.
Yeah. And doing the zombies lines was hilarious.
I mean, some of them are just
Unhinged.
I was ruined. I was ruined for life. I was like, wait, I was like, I mean, campaign, don't get me wrong. I had a blast doing campaign. But when I started doing the VO
Zombies
lines,
is a different world. Yeah.
oh my God. And look, anyone who knows me knows that the world of zombies is something that I'm extremely familiar with. So I felt right at home. But I almost wish I had, these lines, because some of my favorites. And it was so hard to keep a straight face because I couldn't believe the lines that I was reading. I was like, for real? I get to say this? My favorite was Sev has to sing part of a nursery rhyme, Itsy Bitsy Spider. So I'm going to try not to laugh. So I literally was in the vocal booth going, the Itsy Bitsy Spider got shot in the face, and it's like all this stuff, and I had to like try not to laugh in between, and I was doing like that, and I was like getting too into it, but that was one of my funniest lines.
It.
And she has other lines like, I wouldn't recommend an open casket for you. She'd say stuff like that. Or she'd be like, oh, I wouldn't want to see your sock drawer.
Whoa.
Like stuff like that. I was like, there's so many. And then there would be things that she would use, like a new weapon or something. She'd be like, oh, I have to use this on wood sometime. So it'd be like, it'd just be like all these things that I just love how it all comes back to either the guys or like, campaign stuff in a way. It's just everything is so cohesive and joint so well. It's like seamless,
Yeah.
So, but she had so many lines that just made me laugh. And I was like, okay, I just want all of these lines framed with Sam.
I'm like thinking about the power outage being like, if I am like with Russell Adler, who Bruce Thomas plays Russell Adler in the game, in a completely dark room, and he starts that sentence like, what's he saying?
I know, right?
Like, where are we headed?
God.
And you're like, wait, can we trust Adler? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
The answer is no, folks. No. You cannot. Karen, you're an accomplished actress. You've done, as you said, film, TV. You've done theatre, I would imagine, as well. What's the hardest thing about making a game? Because it sounds really fun.
Yeah.
You've definitely hit us with all the good times, but what's one of the more challenging aspects of making a video game?
I think one of the challenging aspects is that you really have to nail your marks. You really have to be word perfect, line perfect. I feel like in TV film world, you're given a bit of, there's wiggle room to adapt, But in the world of gaming, you really have to be spot on and on target and everything, which, it does force you to be even more present. So if anything, I find working on games, deeply humbling, but also really great for one's craft and keeping us on our toes.
I mean, I've heard other actors talk about, to your point about the PCAP, like describe it as black box theater in some ways, because, you really don't have a lot to work with in terms of props or costumes or any, a lot of the accoutrement, if you will.
What helped me, especially because we didn't have costumes, I mean, the gang gave us an idea of what, we'd be wearing and what we'd sort of look like. And when I first saw the artwork for Sev, I literally gasped out loud because I was like, oh my gosh, that's me. Yeah. But it's not. But it's me.
But it is.
But it's not. It's me. And it was so trippy to see her. And at the same time, it was just like, I just thought, oh my God, I'm going to gain so many brownie points with my nephews, and over 18. And I was just so excited. And my husband, I have to tell you the funny story. So when they did the Xbox presentation, and Natalie, our producer, was introducing...
In Xbox Direct, yeah.
She was introducing some of our new characters, and when she introduced Sev, I kid you not, my husband never cries. And he got teary-eyed, like choked up, teary-eyed when she introduced Sev. And I looked at him and I said, out of all, like, I know this is a major big role and I know it's a really cool role, but I've played so many other roles.
You're like, why now?
And I've said, this is the role that makes you teary-eyed. And he was like, you don't understand.
It's COD.
He said, it's every guy's dream for their girlfriend, let alone their wife, to be playing,
Call of Duty.
in Call of Duty. Yeah, he was just, his mind was blown. He has like a bucket list of roles that he wants me to play. And one was zombie, to be in a, something that deals
Check.
with zombies.
Check.
In like multiple ways
In
now.
multiple ways,
Adjacent.
And video game.
check.
Big check.
Yeah, big check, right? And then next he wants me to play like a robot.
Hey, there's plenty of time in the
I know.
coming
So
seasons.
we're just waiting for that. So I was like, all right, but those are his top 3.
My gosh.
And so I fulfilled 2 of them.
Okay.
But I've got, I earned lifetime brownie points with him and my nephews.
so
Amazing.
funny.
Yeah.
We have so many new Sev stands and fans out there in the community. Is there something that, a message that you wanna give them?
Yeah.
No pressure.
No. It's I can't even like begin to express how much it means to me to have, all you guys who have been long-term COD players, just love my character so much and, not only cheering Sev on, but cheering me on. It's been a real wonderful opportunity since the game's come out for me to get to know on socials and to hear from COD players across the globe. And you get these posts where they really tell you how much they appreciate my enthusiasm, for each of us as actors, to breathe life into these characters and not to get all mushy because that's so not Sev, but it's a very Karen thing. But just to tell you how much that means to me so much. It really makes me smile. And, now that we're all done, I find myself like missing Sev a lot. I'm like, because I just loved playing her.
Yeah.
Karen, thank you so much for joining us. Really, this was
Thank
so
you so
much
for
fun.
being here. Congratulations on an amazing launch of the campaign for Black Ops 6. And we love Sev and we love you. So thank
I
you.
love you guys too. Thanks for
This was a
having
treat.
me.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
We'll be right back with more. Well, it's almost the end of the show, and it looks like the tinsel makers have got to the cookies. They've been picking on them throughout the show.
They are good. And just those cookies. These cookies are absolutely fine. They're delicious, as a matter of fact.
They're great.
Yes. But the ones up front, tinsel makers. Nailed it.
Speaking of things that are great, we have the CDL kicking off this weekend.
Absolutely.
What should we expect from this season? Give us a little insight.
Well, we've got some really exciting majors planned. We are traversing the globe once again, which is exciting. First time back in Europe, visiting Madrid. Shout out Toronto Ultra for putting that one on. But yeah, the events are going to be kicking off online. We have major tournaments, we have minor tournaments. So it's a lot of gameplay. Probably more gameplay than anyone's going to be ready for, because Black Ops 6 has proven one thing, to be very fast and very, very fun. And if you want to see the greatest players in the world go at it head to head nearly every weekend, tune in.
Call of Duty League is for you.
The Call of Duty League is for you. No, really though, youtube.com/COD
You're the one-liner person. I'm just here.
That was golden. I
Thank
thought
you.
that was really
Okay,
well
I
done,
try.
mate.
Thank
Fantastic.
you. Okay, moving on. What has been your favorite Call of Duty moment this year?
I think it is a particular mission in the campaign, which was particularly exciting, very spicy. I don't want to spoil it for the folks who haven't played it. I'm willing to spoil the ending of the campaign. I'm willing to spoil certain moments, but this mission in particular, if you haven't already come across it, you know which one I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very fun, really, really exciting, wonderful nod. And if you have watched previous episodes of the COD Pod, you may or may not remember the ingredients. And let me tell you, folks, the ingredients list was very much adhered to in this one, and it slapped. So that, for me, has been the greatest COD moment of the year. But gosh, I mean, it's still early. It's still early in the Black Ops 6 life cycle. So for now, it's a good start.
Go back and listen to episode 3 and check out the ingredients list from Miles at Treyarch, because you can do that for yourself too.
It's like a bingo card. You can just go through it and it's like, wow, this was great. Absolutely nailed it. Mate, what about you?
For me, it has to be doing this show. It has to be COD Pod. It has to be launching our Call of Duty podcast, with Black Ops Reveal. And we really have such an amazing crew behind the camera. Hi, everyone.
You guys, there's 400
you guys are the
people.
best. It's really just been, there's so many folks that help us out across the board. with these episodes. And this was like a little bit of a passion project for us. We want to be part of the conversation. We want to be, talking to the community and create that dialogue and build this platform. And we also get to do crazy, silly stuff like have nutcrackers wearing plate carriers.
We got Archie out of the lobby.
Yeah, we got Archie.
There's ray guns on the floor. There's perfectly well crafted, Cerberus wrapping paper over there.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, a lot of us have we got day jobs too. So this has just been like something that everybody has jumped on and felt really inspired by. Obviously, I have to thank you, my partner in crime, for going on this journey.
Thanks for having me here, having me on
podcast. And it's just been a joy to be a part of, and it's something we want to share with you. So whether you're listening or watching, thank you. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for leaving the comments. Thank you for being here. And we're just committed, I think, to getting better every episode. So 2025. We're coming out strong.
Should we do gifts?
I wanted to get you a little something. It only feels right. So yeah, I'm happy to pass you this present. I wrapped it myself.
Really?
Yeah.
Look at that. Cerberus. I mean, again, did we say it 100 times? Yes, we did, folks. It's a very visual episode. And I'm to open this now. Mm-hmm. I don't want to ruin the paper. I love the paper.
Well, you could take it home after.
Thank you so much.
I sometimes recycle gift wrap. Fun fact about me.
It's more wrapping. It's even more wrapping. Oh, wow, guys. It's a shirt that says, "Ask me about my podcast." I never thought I'd be a person to wear one of these shirts, but I'm absolutely going to do that now. Hashtag COD POD. Thank you so much, Steph.
You're so welcome.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, I figured, you're traveling. You have some travel coming up, and we know that you get recognized in airports, and I don't, which I'm kind of grateful for.
The guys at LAX are actually, the guys at LAX listen to the pod.
Yeah, shout out to the COD POD gang at LAX. Thank you.
I also have you a gift.
Oh, a little scared.
No.
But it's coming out of a
Santa
sack,
sack. There you go.
Santa sack.
Happy holidays.
Nice wrapping.
Did it myself.
I genuinely have no idea what this is.
That's the plan.
That is not what I was expecting. I will wear that to my holiday party.
Yeah, I know you like games, Steph, so I figured.
What a game.
Yeah, a game that we might be playing real soon. Happy holidays from the COD Pod! We'll see you in 2025 for a huge year of all things Call of Duty.
Woo!